There it is.
Hey.
Shit.
Should I rock with I mean, how you feeling, man? Damn, what's up, bro?
Yeah, fucking shit. Shit's kind of crazy. I just finished classes like college. I'm a graduated senior now. We're just a college graduate.
That's cool as shit.
Yeah. Fucking I just set up shit real quick. How have you been?
I've been doing well, man. Just like, I don't know, I've been having the chance to like tune in and like just listen to like I was walking uphill the other day and I
Yeah.
heard these birds and like the wind chime and the way everything was like placed sonically around me. I just like felt a new sense of awareness of that I never really felt before, bro. So,
Facts.
and it's
And,
crazy. Yeah, so
and you're
like
staying
that.
you're staying out in like Washington, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Kill. So I'm sure the nature there is probably like
It's wild, bro.
nice.
Like it's. Mm. I mean, this place definitely like fosters that, you know, like the vegetation, like the climate and such, but also it's like the penchant. Like my neighbor has these like 13-foot rose bushes, bro. Like I might take us outside to like see them joints. Like they're incredible, bro. Like they really are.
Kill. Damn, yeah, because it's like daytime there still, right?
Yeah, the sun's out until like 9:30.
Facts.
Sun is still out, but you know, no one else is out.
Yeah. Yeah, like how are the restrictions and shit there? Are they letting or like easing them and letting people out?
No, like this state was the first to see a case of coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
they locked it in, you know, off box. Like,
Yeah.
and that was really cool the way that they did that. Like, um, so everyone's been with it, you know what I mean? Like I did see some disturbing footage of how some some cities, not cities, but like areas are enforcing their disinfection plan, so to speak.
Okay.
You know, like the way they're
How
going
so?
about it. Um, I I don't know. Displacement can't be the solution though. You know, like
Facts.
regardless of, I don't give a fuck like how like the experts in that industry feel about it. Displacement cannot be an option. Not
Nah, for sure.
even for one person, then it's a failure. You know.
Like shit. No, that's definitely a good way to like look at solutions to this type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like moving people out to like
Yeah, man. I
be
always
replaced is never good. It's just never good.
it's, you know, and there's a lot, like I always would have this idea. I always had this idea for like this installation that I could do, and
Mm-hmm.
it would be like me just a dozen, you know, or maybe just like marathon, not marathon, but like numerous performances in in you know, like how to when they be building up a condo and it's just like all the dope ass like infrastructure just there for like
Yeah.
a month, for a year or 2 years. Like I could shoot like so many music videos, and I have at times broken in and just try to document being in that space. Like, of course, you know, we do that. Like, but you know, because I think that there's like a bigger conversation that can be had, because like I aside from like it'd be hard to get people out of the space if you let them live there temporarily. Like, I mean, I'm sure people would be, honestly, I think they would be cool with it. Like, if like, all right, cool, look, you know what I'm saying, you are temporarily displaced or without a home right now. Like,
Yeah.
we got this motherfucking condo don't have no business being here anyway,
Like shit. Oh yeah,
and it's gonna
actually.
take a long ass time for them to build it. And so, you know, for at least like a quarter of the time, why can't those be temporary shelters? You know what I
Like
mean?
shit. So definitely like inhabitable, like more inhabitable than the streets type shit. So might
Come
as
on, man.
well.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, it's easy to me, like, but you know, people, what happens, I think I think I could get somewhere with that, you know, if I really sat down and hammered it out. I always have it, and anytime I see like, cause I like that fucking machinery that can like cranes and shit. I like cranes. I like cranes, like and shit like that. I don't like necessarily what they, you know, represent in most instances, but in terms of engineering and like piece of hardware, I'm fucking fascinated by them. And like, you know, like I don't know. So I don't even know why I said that, bro. It's like cranes.
Cranes are cool. They have a certain aesthetic to them. I feel like.
That's what I'm saying. And the one thing I be peeping out here is just the way they be using primary colors be going off, bro. Just like
cool. In
terms of the landscape and like hardware and shit like that, like they go off.
Actually, I feel like that is a whole thing, like hardware and like workwear type shit having like cool ass designs, like construction companies and shit.
Oh yeah, man. They're artists, you know. I mean,
cool.
I think anyone in any discipline that they're passionate about is an artist, bro. Like I wouldn't, like, even if you're a fucking financial analyst, if you do that shit, like, you know, well, and you get in the bag, then you job like doing it with a certain style, I'm sure, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone is everything.
Well, shit. I guess one of my first questions is like, you're in Washington State right now, but like, where are you from? Or like, where did you like grow up and stuff?
Okay, I grew up in Maryland. Spent the majority of my life in Maryland.
What part?
Grew up in Largo, Kettering. Played sports for like Glenarden a lot.
Cool.
Went to Roosevelt. Went to University of Maryland.
Nice.
I worked at NASA, which is still there.
Yeah.
I lived in Greenbelt.
Yeah.
Damn, man. You know what I'm saying? So I had to like fly out just a little bit. Right. So yeah, my grandparents live in Sea Pleasant, so you know, yeah. So it's cool. It's cool, man. Got a lot of family, a lot of love. Like, I'm running into people here, you know, with certain sides of Maryland, so it's always real cool.
Facts. And then, weren't you like living in DC for a little bit? Like, how did you start going into like the city and stuff?
Well, yeah, I was just, you know, playing with my bands and shit, and you know, my friends, and just really just trying to expand beyond, like, basically after like the college years, just try to put things together and put way too much pressure on ourselves to do singular things. So we really got really good technically, I think, like, and artistically, but kind of unrealistic in terms of expectations. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, I will hardly, you know, in terms of something that I want to achieve, like address it very specifically or try to even limit it in words, you know?
Yeah.
Because once you do that, it's kind of like, oh, now you have to sell that thing. You have to, you know, package that thing. You have to do that thing.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It's really easy to get trapped in like doing a certain type of thing. Yeah. And like in your mind state that would like fuck up everything. That's a good approach for real.
I mean, if someone asks you ask me to like make a song for them or for their brand, okay, the last thing I want to make is a song for them. For real. Like, if I approach it like that, then I'm going to just give them a song, or I could give them like a fucking fact or a sequence of numbers or some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I would say that's music. I would vouch for that. I'm good for that. And then that's just crazy. That's just how we're running. And that's how we have to like describe our disciplines. I can't just use sounds to talk about music, bro. Like, I know it sounds slick, but it's facts though. It is.
Yeah, actually.
So I'm be the first person to agree with myself.
Yo. When was the
Yo.
Hey.
Yo, what's up? Yo, Tony.
What up?
Oh shit, we got a few people on.
Hi.
I brought Michelle tonight. Hi.
Hey.
What's up?
Hi.
Good.
to me that, or I know.
Yeah.
Tony, what's up? My name's Quentin. Where are you at right now? Is that real sun in your window?
Yeah, it's wild. The sun's out until like 9:30. This is my neighbor's crib. I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, word.
Yeah, Capitol Hill neighborhood.
Tight. Very cool.
They got Capitol Hill in Washington State.
They got it's like it's inside out, dude. I really fucking, it's like inverse DC, like the news is Georgetown. There's a
really
Capitol Hill. Yes, of course.
Of course.
I'm telling you, it's cool, man. I don't know. All of the like divine like coincidences, I try to make note of them. I think in some time, like I'll be able to trace them, like connect the dots and come up with like a really cool message from God, you know?
Like shit.
That's right.
You feel me?
For sure. Fucking
like oh shit, it's I don't know. I can't think of what it is. I can't imagine what it'd be. I can't even fathom what it would be. You feel me?
It's the Big Dipper.
The Dipper.
It's Orion's belt.
Orion's belt.
Yeah.
Those are some good constellations.
Straight
Thanks,
up.
man. I've been studying them.
Oh, lit. Are you like studying them outside in the world?
Yeah, just be looking. There aren't that many stars, though. There aren't that many stars where I'm from. But we got a couple. Orion's belt's definitely up there.
You a star, man. You're the next big thing from where you're from.
Thank you.
I believe it.
Next time I look up, I'm just gonna be like QZ.
Up there. Oh,
in the sky.
And you'll know where to go.
Thanks, man.
What's good, Sarah? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I missed you guys. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I know.
I'm hyped for tonight. Yeah. I've already had my beer. Like I'm already there. Like,
good shit. Good shit.
Into it.
We got Jackie here. What's good, Jackie?
Hi, Jackie. Yeah. No,
good to see you.
Michelle's here. I'm turning her.
Michelle's here.
Do a SleepWalker radio and listen to the show.
It's not working. I'm not interested.
Damn.
All right. Well.
I tried. I really hyped you guys up for like the past 5 hours.
Stamp.
She already.
Tony, I got another question. When did you start making music?
In what sense? In what sense? In like making music for which reasons?
Well, I would say like just in general, like did you take like piano lessons growing up or like play the guitar or something like that?
Absolutely. Well, I still to this day kind of struggle with understanding how to approach the guitar. I don't even know, like, I really want to get that together. So if anyone knows how to play guitar, please holler at me. Like,
I play guitar.
Oh, that's so lit. All right, cool. So I got to schedule a lesson or something. I can get you.
Yeah, we can Zoom.
All right. Oh, that'd be so lit. All right, cool.
So lit.
Yeah, I was I definitely played. I got a electric piano Casio deal from my aunt when I was like 8 or 9. And just like try to learn the demos, just press the demo button and just try to hear the match the note for note. And you do that long enough and you get a sense of like what a C sounds like. Once you understand that that's a C, but I didn't know that was a C.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a E, a note, any of that. You can feel it though, you know what I mean?
Facts. Mm-hmm. Like shit.
You can like you can tell like when a D and a D sharp is playing, you feel it. Like, but if
that's
you
not right. Yeah.
But look, if you got that D and a D sharp, and then you got something a little bit above it and something a little bit below it, that shit sounds so beautiful and harmonic. You know what I mean? Like out of something that was so dissonant all bucks, Like, so then I guess like I kind of started picking up those kind of like messages. You know what I mean? Through sound when I was young, and I also used to really in middle school, I used to dub like VHS tapes, bro. Hook up like the cassette player, the radio, to my TV, to
Yeah.
the VCR, and then hook up a camera or something and record me dribbling a basketball or something corny, you know what I'm saying? Like, or not corny, but that was everything back then. And like, and just like, you know, honing those like sensibilities that way, I guess. So probably around like 8, 9, 10.
Cool. That's interesting.
At what point did you start like recording your music or like saving it somewhere, you know, or also like
that's wild.
Well,
that's a wild way to phrase that. That lets you know what age we're in right now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like saving it, like versus recording it. Like, that's two different like frameworks for real.
So, how do you figure?
Because the ways I first really started recording music was me saving wave files that I cut and just paste it over and over to make these instrumentals out of like the last like 3 seconds of a song.
Cool.
Word.
Okay.
You feel me? Like,
so yeah. So that's like those are two totally different time points for you.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. like I guess that's probably why like I make a lot of remixes, because like early on, like especially learning the piano, you just learn by learning other people's songs. So really, I think a remix to me kind of feels like a tribute to whatever lessons I've learned through whatever lessons those artists and musicians have learned and imbued into that song that I wanted to fuck with, you know?
Stop.
Yeah. And when you say remix, do you mean like the same progression or some shit? Because like songs just be using like this progressions.
Yeah, I mean it could be any of that. I mean, whether we like it or not, music is being and is going to continue to be used in ways that, you know, musicians probably wouldn't see as ideal for the progression of the art form. But that's in really any discipline, you know what I mean? So I'm not like knocking nobody for it. I guess as a disclaimer, like in other mediums that aren't music and sound, I will completely and utterly like disregard the rules. Like I'm just trying to get it done.
Facts.
You feel me? Like I don't have time to. But with sound, I really would love if everybody, you know, was noble with it. But you know,
and just like stayed like at some level, like understood what they're like understood it from like a level, like learned about it and like took like the theory seriously type shit.
I mean, it's unrealistic as fuck. I mean, that's
yeah, totally. But like,
it's a dream world for me though. Yeah, you know, it's a fantasy. Like,
not facts. I understand that.
Fucking fantasy land, like. Straight
up.
Everybody's
just geeking out over like.
You know, everybody's walking down the street. The Bee Gees are playing shit like.
Utopia.
Like shit. What other instruments do you play other than the piano and then like the guitar?
Hella drum sequencers. I just know I don't just know, you know what I mean? But I got certain gestures that allow me to approach these joints and make them do something that sounds consistent pretty much. I don't know.
Stop.
You feel me? Like I know kind of what I would do, what I would look for with an instrument. So any electronic instrument, I tried to like build one last year. And plans to solder for the first time and build the chassis, you know what I'm saying, and program the shit and to use it in some kind of creative context too.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
It's like pretty. Yeah, it was simple. Honestly, y'all can make it too. Like, bought a little board. The best part though was just like building the chassis for that thing, like, and just like getting the pieces and like soldering that shit. Come on, man, that was so sweet. I met some cool folks at that. Yeah.
No, you're good. I sort of interrupted, but I wanted. So I saw you play at Oberlin. I saw your show.
Oh,
that shit was crazy. That
was like a moment of my unbelievable.
Right, you were like rolling under the table and like that shit was wild. But I wanted to. You were using some really cool pieces of hardware like to to like chop up your voice like in real time and shit. I was wondering like what if you have like a go-to setup for live shows or like what your favorite like piece of hardware are.
Yeah, man. I would love to talk hardware, and I can be long-winded at times, so I will deliberately like try to limit myself when I speak about this stuff.
I feel like you could go nuts if you wanted.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. I really just bam out. Like, I don't know. I guess the instrument that I've like used a lot is the Chaos pad, like the Chaos later. I'm even sure, like I have it right here with some cool stickers on the back of it. But it's a little pad, and I run the vocals through that a lot of the time. And I just really love the way that the delay like bounces, and you can control the rate at which it bounces.
Yeah, that's like you can like loop your vocals, like record it a little quick thing and have it delay.
Yeah, and it's all like analog, so the wave that, at least from my understanding of it, is pretty close to being fucking analog in the sense that like as soon as you record it on it, as soon as you have a phrase recorded, you can manipulate it, you know, the pitch and different aspects.
Yeah,
of that.
I remember you using that. You said some shit like, "I love my friends," and then you just made it go.
Oh, I was lying. Okay. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I'm just kidding. I love my friends. Yeah, that sounds about right, dude. That was a whole play that I wrote like for that thing. I'm not sure how much of it came across, but it was so important to me, bro. And I still want to release like the recordings from that in some aspect, but I was so grateful, so incredibly grateful to be able to express that. I felt like I had to drive like 5-6 hours away to communicate it.
Like shit.
Word. Yeah.
Well, it was a sight to see, and I enjoyed it being there.
Yeah. What in what capacity did you record it?
Well, I recorded. Damn, this is taking me to a good place. I recorded the 2 nights before that set. I recorded a lot of readings and different phrases that I have put together, and I recited them to cassette tape. And so I have like 20 minutes of speech just recorded to tape and chopped and kind of just assorted in whatever way it came out. And what's cool when that happens in my sense, like new meanings out of nowhere that have like no relation get glued together, and then like you can travel through time. .net. Framework. For real though, it's like nah. I'm serious, but I'm not trying to freak nobody out.
Nah, I kind of want to hear more if you want to tell more. Specifically about the time travel.
That's not even my theory. That's That's more of some scholars like.
Word. I could just look it up.
Vibe. No, well, no one's right or wrong, so I want you to just make your own. You know.
Mm.
What you thinking of? What you thinking when I said that?
I don't know. I was just thinking that I wanted to hear more.
You never experienced nothing like that where
some time travel shit when you connect words together.
Yeah.
And it brings you back. Some shit brings me back.
Deja vu type shit.
Yeah.
Like just read like who got a magazine or something? I got a magazine right here. EarShot Jazz. I picked this up probably at Tacos Chuki's, which is the bomb ass taco spot. And I go there and I get 2 veggie burritos and I get an horchata.
Yum. You eat meat?
Yeah, occasionally.
Where are you, like, your window?
What I was about to say about the time travel thing is like
Seattle.
I think this magazine might be like a weird place to practice this at, and some people might call it magic, and I don't put that intention into it. I don't kind of like approach things with that kind of like connotation of, especially a demonstration of something like this. But what I'm trying to say is that in the same way, like with screen recording being just like an easy way to recontextualize and create meaning, you can do that just by reading anything in a new way. Like, I don't have to read it, the words. I can read the words straight down. Let's matter around being canceled to a settings and describe a home. A laptop to coda for reference to musicians. I don't know. It's just like,
Yeah, that kind of, I mean, that did kind of bring me somewhere.
You know, like I'll try to get something fire. Like, I'm just gonna, okay, this is gonna be fire now. Well, but what it is,
I want to try it. I got
to try it, but I don't want to just say that whoever wrote this thing that I read, or whoever, you know, put the editor that put together these beautiful sheet music and in these articles, I don't want to like deny the brilliance in each and every one of those things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to steal, and I don't want to reappropriate and recontextualize. But I do want to recontextualize, but I don't want to appropriate. I think it's a thin line, and we have to be careful in the source material that we choose to pull from. You know,
definitely.
Like, it'd be bad if I pick something whatever, but it wouldn't necessarily be any better if I take a fucking Windows 95 manual that means nothing to nobody. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, I have to speak to somebody.
Yeah.
We have to speak for somebody. And we can't speak on behalf of shit that's not us.
Yeah.
I think the Jazz Mag is a good thing to read from them. So, shout out to EarShot Jazz. I hope they fuck with me. I'm going to send them some.
Shout out to EarShot Jazz.
EarShot Jazz.
Shout out.
I got a page from a musical acoustics exam that I took this semester.
Go for it.
So I just read whatever appears to me.
This is a method. This is a method. I feel like TJ X6.
Yeah, give me the method. give me the time travel method.
Go straight down the left for the first few lines. Read a word or two from each line, and then just go throughout the page. Go upside down, inside out, backwards.
Word. Okay.
Remember some phrases. Hold on to them while you're moving through the page. That's another method in and of itself.
Yeah, no, that kind of seems like an advanced method for this. I'm about to just try to achieve some flow state while reading.
Oh, okay, do it slowly.
Okay,
I would say.
All right.
And then I have nothing else to say for.
All right. I'm gonna give it a shot. All right. Which of the following members above the fundamental? All of these are a whole number. The New York Philharmonic, using pitch A4, 442 hertz, large enough to wander around them in order to hear them tuned down to 440. Run toward the stage. Walk away from the stage. The pitch G5, 685 hertz.
Snap.
That shit brings me somewhere.
That was wacky, man.
Yeah, I was reading what they had.
I like
it.
Up.
That's what they wrote for you. So yeah. Like, imagine just like them, like, never mind. But yeah, it's a vibe though, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I love this. I love it.
Vibe.
I mean, I'm not going to deliberately select subversive material to read from either, you know, like go grab a fucking like porn mag or something like that and read some dirty shit like fuck that.
Yeah.
We can keep it just as, you know, ridiculous by talking about or pulling from things that I don't want to say that these are arbitrary or benign, you know, like now I'm getting so like self-conscious about how I describe this shit, you know?
You're straight, but I understand why you would need to be, or why would you, how you can fall into that or do that.
Thank you, bro.
Fucking, what is Prelude-agency? Because that's like at the end of your email, and I was like on the website earlier.
Okay.
I was looking at shit.
So what Prelude-agency represents to me is how I'm partitioning the marketing aspect of my business, which is making music, and it is really an offshoot of Etc. Labs, which is a friend and I how we vet one another's ideas. And I could have just went with it, etc. But I was practicing this, and this has come of use because I also used to own this domain 926kmh.net that I used to release this project Replica. And yeah, and what you're looking at now, I guess, is my friend MartyHeem. He had some music that came out, and I said, and he said, hey, does any web presence want to run this up for me? And I said, man, this dude, yeah, I'm like, dude, such a fucking sick artist. I have space on the web. I have real estate on the web that I would happily loan to him to, get his message out. And this is going through a few iterations. It's live on my thing now, and I like to think that we created some cool distance for this thing for this body of work to be received. And but that's like a minimum, if I have that tool and that skill, I have to give that to artists that I believe in and that that have a message that I agree with.
Like shit, that's so fire, because I was like on this website like a couple of days ago maybe, and it was like a completely different setup and everything. So it's pretty sweet that you like rearrange the whole website to like for his new release.
Oh yeah. It should have said /secret. I would have still liked for my shit to exist on there. Let me see how quickly I can change that. It should take no time, really.
This shit looks fire though.
Yeah. That video is really incredible. It's really, to me, it's incredibly powerful. I think it belongs in its own physical space. I really do. Okay, if you refresh it, then you should see. Hold on, I'm lying. It's 5-4. Okay, it should be good now. If you refresh it.
Did you make all this art yourself on here?
I didn't make anything on that drum.
But like on the website.
On this, like the GIFs.
Yeah, and just like the background and shit.
For this one, this white background.
No, the last website.
Nah, I didn't do anything. I just embedded it in the Wix. Wix is the shit. It took no fucking creative savvy to do it. It's a machine.
It's just that like internet building website, right?
Yeah, man. And hosting, and it to host the files for you, load them in an instant if they're small.
It's keeping the world going around.
My brother. Oh shit. What's up, fool? Yeah.
Hey, AV's in the building.
Hell
How
yeah.
you living?
Yeah.
To see you.
Yeah. Good dude.
Fucking yeah, damn. I'm like, when I was on it earlier, I was looking at like some of the people you worked with. You got like the Kylie and Kendall Jenner, and NASA and Vice, HBO. How'd you? Well, first of all, when did you start doing sound like design and stuff, like on a commission base?
On a commission base,
or just in general, like first sound design and then commission base.
The only prerequisite to sound design is having having some music software installed on your computer.
Snap.
If you've ever modeled, shaped the instrument, contoured it in any way, you've done sound design. Not to lower the barrier of entry, but but for us say it is what it is. At least in my respect, in a commission base, since 2016. 2016 was like the first jump that I got. And then after 2016, I started getting a couple of them, I was really making no money with it. And then I started to think, this is hitting a lot of people. This is hitting like 8 million people. Maybe I should speak up for myself a little bit. And, that has worked for me. It has only worked for me. It has only allowed, for truth to be brought forward. And I would rather see truth, what I'm saying, than anything less than that. I don't give a shit if it's what I want or not. It has to be true.
Kill.
I know y'all like this nigga crazy.
I'm more wondering how you worked with NASA. Like what'd you do for NASA?
I
think you worked there, right? Yeah, didn't you work there or something? Yeah.
Yeah, I resigned from that job. I worked there for like 6-7 years, I think now.
Damn.
I was working there from like 2013, 2014 until December.
Doing IT, you said?
Yeah, systems administrator, networking. Yeah, I was working with like a couple. I worked with like a satellite. I worked with Hewlett-Packard for a little bit. I got off of Hewlett-Packard and started working for another contractor that had me working for the dude that like was like led the Hubble Space Telescope and shit. This dude Seppi.
That's wild.
Yeah, he's cool. And yeah, and I even attended a rocket launch, a satellite launch.
Shit.
Satellite launch in in 2018 in Cape Canaveral in Florida. Oh, this is tough.
That's fire.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I love NASA, man. NASA was the most beautiful campus ever. Oh my god.
Where was it, in DC?
It was in Maryland. It's in PG.
Yeah.
Where?
Everything. That's glorious.
Shit.
Come on.
Yeah, I've never been in NASA, but my grandparents say in Greenbelt, whenever I go like out to them, we'd always drive by the like facilities and shit.
Yeah, man. You know, they're really committed to the mission, and I've seen efficiency on a scale to which, you know, I couldn't even fathom, bro. Like, and trust me, I soaked that shit in. You know, like for real, like straight up. I don't just walk by them charts and not read them.
Cool.
Yeah, dig. This is something that I grabbed from there. It's really important to me. It's kind of like a mixed media thing that I made, but this is just something that they were archiving, and I just couldn't. I thought the color was unreal. In the typeface, it was printed in like the 80s or something.
It's tight.
Word. It looks sweet as shit.
And then like that paint that I put on it, it's kind of fucks it up, but it's hot though. Yeah. Sweet people that are committed to their jobs. Very efficiently run. And, you know, I didn't have to deal with any bullshit. Like, I mean, of course, working anywhere, you're going to kind of deal with a little bullshit. But.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more question about Prelude-agency. When did you start that up? Like what time period?
Yeah, I don't even really think I touched much on it.
Cool.
Yes. So I would love to break this down with y'all for real, because you know you're the future and you're the current and you're lit. And click back on the website for the jump. Man, look, man, this jump to me is just basically what I need to be in place to show. Look, I done did all of these projects. I got tax forms like from these jobs, like they're legit. It's not just Instagram posts, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Like I got legit numbers, like so I need, there's certain things that I want to change about this industry. That I need to make happen. And if it's anything less than that, I can't, there's nothing for me to barter, you know, like I'm just saying I've done things of this caliber. So if you want to integrate sound into your campaign, I feel that I'm an expert. I feel that I'm in touch with experts in various disciplines. If you say you want something, then the days are over where, you know what I'm saying, the jingle and shit, we can have that shit custom made for you, boutique, like for real. That's how I'm going with it. Like, and especially now, bro, because all they have is my website to rep. You know, so I shoot the email, and this is all you got. This is a high percentage shot. You know what I'm saying? If I hit you up and I'm like, look, I saw your commercial, and the music was booty.
Yeah.
And you
Fuck
think you
with
could
me.
do it better?
If y'all want to do it, period, you have to fuck with me because clearly you're not even really being respectful.
Facts.
Cool.
You dig? You
Nah,
being disrespectful to something I take very seriously. That is sound.
You should.
And something you obviously are very accomplished in.
Right.
1,000%.
I mean, maybe this website demonstrates it. I mean, it does though, for real. Because when I shoot the shots, I'm getting favorable emails. The shit right now is COVID-19, and here's how, and this is how the world works for real. The design and shit of this email may have worked for the people that it worked for, but that does not guarantee that it's gonna work tomorrow.
Cool.
You dig? You know what I mean? Like I'd be loafing if anyone else sends an email who shit looks anything like this, then I'm instantly discredited. It doesn't matter what the fuck, how many what bot farm clicked on this fucking video.
Facts.
Yeah.
The number shit is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
The fact that people still believe in the numbers.
I mean, who does, bro? Who believes in the numbers, bro? Like,
I don't know. I feel like people believe in the numbers still.
Listen, it's
DJ
only people older than you. That's what I'm saying. It's only people older than you.
Yeah.
Niggas my age. Come on, man. I'm just trying to push the envelope, bro. And that's that.
It's an honorable mission.
No. Well, here's another thing. I really have no problem charging millions of dollars to niggas whose opportunities I get through this website because I know what's being displayed on this website, and I don't even really care to look at it too much. You know what I mean? Like I see the framing. I don't see, my sound being used with as many Black women like as I need it to be. So any bags that come from this website are going straight towards a noble cause.
Like shit.
The greater good.
That's
what I'm saying. Once me and my honey dip I settle down with, we got our thing. You know what I'm saying?
The rest is
we good. Then it's going to the right, because it's been going to the right cause, and guess what? It's been coming from the right people.
Kind of ignorant question.
Sure.
It's not ignorant. It's not ignorant.
It's not even anything. It's just can you please do a if you're just tuning in now, this is what we're doing type thing, because I really pulled you're saying some valuable shit that I'm hearing. I pulled up a little bit faded. I'm trying to get myself tuned in right now. Yeah. And I just need to be brought up to speed.
All right.
But what's going on?
That was a hell of a tangent.
And but it's all out of context, and I don't put it tight,
Well, this might be the trick though. This might be the trick. Like let it feel out of context, just like reading from just the left side of that page felt just like jarring, or it felt like it didn't connect. And if they do thread at some point, then cool. If not, you won't hurt my feelings if you have to do.
I'll try to figure it out. Okay.
Oh, actually, hey, Rob's here. What's up, Rob?
Damn.
We don't have to do it now, but we have an ad for this episode, so we could. Oh,
is it sponsored?
Yeah, we have a sponsor for this episode. Yeah, it's funny because it's we were talking about the numbers.
Yeah. I don't
So if basically, shout out to our sponsor soundrunners.co for giving affordable promotion and social media marketing for independent artists. Hit at OPBAmiri on Instagram. That's OPBAmiri to get right. If you make lo-fi beats to study to, he can get you a bag.
You heard it here first.
Hold on, what happened?
Those do the big numbers.
What was that?
The ad was for soundrunners.co, run by at OPBAmiri on Instagram.
Can we pull them up on the website?
Yeah, pull them up on the site.
I'm bringing up OPBAmiri. Do you want to see OPBAmiri first? So OPBAmiri, shout out.
Okay, brother.
He runs the
It's called what? Soundrunners.co.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you for your support, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Wouldn't have been here without you.
Yeah, you're helping the show. You're helping us eat.
It's coming soon.
It's coming soon, but look, the general idea is he can make you money off your social medias, and he can get you the numbers on Spotify, get you a bag if you make lo-fi beats to study to.
Facts.
Okay, cool. Ask if you want to trade methods.
I'll hit him up. I'll tell him that you're looking to trade some methods.
All right. Ask him if his methods can be applied across disciplines. Let me stop, yeah.
Fucking
What is up with this majestic beast?
Oh yeah, right. There's a bison. Are bisons still around?
There are a few, I think, but not many.
Cool. They were a thing.
I must reiterate how grateful I am for y'all to even fuck with me. You know, it feels really good to speak to some. You know what I'm saying? Y'all.
I will be eternally fucking with you, Tony. Oh, I had a question. Yeah. Is your real name Tony Kill?
Yeah.
Word. Word. Just making sure.
Oh yeah. What is Querida? I saw it on your website under your bio that you founded it. I guess we can look it up, but also
you can just look up that whole fucking paragraph.
Okay.
Oh damn.
Sorry, I'm just turning things a little bit. Create some more ambiance.
We can't hear.
Okay, so what you guys see, I don't want you to announce, okay?
Oh, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, now this will blow your mind. Could you play my song Replica?
Got you. I'm gonna turn up a little bit. Cool.
This was my tribute. This is the same as me doing a drum and bass edit. This is the same as me doing like a techno tribute to the graphic design layout industry. You know, and you don't even have to worry about the song, bro, but the song to me was kind of like a freestyle, but in it was the ethos for really just if I want to accomplish something, I have to get out of my own way. Like it has to exist for me to make a move, you know? So I looked at this and then one day I just figured out how to do certain things. Please close this, by the way. That can come down too.
So,
that's not supposed to be there.
That was around for Tony's performance at Oberlin.
Oh, we talked a little bit about this already, but I was.
Yeah.
Someone else there for that?
I don't think so. I think me and Quentin are the only people that were there, or like are from that went to Oberlin.
Tony's doing the same thing. He's providing the blueprint, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. If he wanted to go viral in 2 seconds and someone had their phone out for that, Holy
Like
crap.
shit.
Yeah, I couldn't have imagined getting my phone out at a time like that though.
Right.
Oh my
Like
god.
shit.
Best like top life moment. Like that was like I was like, is this even real?
Yeah, no, I was definitely in a trance.
Yeah,
A
like
lot of
shit.
that.
That whole
I
night
was in
great.
heaven.
I know,
Yeah.
man, I was too.
I was in heaven, dude. Like I'm telling you, like I like recorded like 20 minutes of like tapes over and over, and over a period of like hours, bro. Like, and I don't know. I'm sure I have that stuff on this computer. I don't know how to exit the screen.
The oblivion of pleasure.
You can just like swipe out of it.
Yes, Rob. Oh my God, you're my brother. Oh man. I told you the oblivion of pleasure and wine.
That was what it was called.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what that performance was. Like, holy. Like,
I know I have like those things that I wrote for that. I would. Okay.
Oh.
I see something, and this is. So I see heaven sent, blindly chugging beers at a dive bar, montage of vomit, puking, violence like Clockwork Orange, climbing up the mast, dreaming of a significant other who spoils, drinking her breast milk, sucking breasts at the dreaming of return, sheer delusion while tending to the duties of the ocean, throws bucket of water. And I wanted it to trigger the smell of fish inside the fucking.
Damn. We got to work on that.
Yes.
4D. If you come back, we may or may not be able to get a smell.
Come
Some
on,
4D going, yeah.
We won't be the first. I saw an amazing performance. at this place in Petworth. It was off Safari, and the artists, bro, they had this like noise loop going, okay, cranking, delivering language, and body language on point. And then like a fan was on because it was hot, and they sliced an orange, and like that breeze of citrus was really like, it felt like it was unreal. It was unreal. I think it was hot in this shit.
It's a great idea.
That's an amazing idea. I bet that shit like probably covers up some bad smells too.
I mean, it'll take your mind off of that. I mean, that's if somebody not doing what they're supposed to do, that's going to exist wherever they are,
Like shit.
The orange will just.
It's why if
like
any
the
of our
orange.
friends are like are being offensive with and not intentionally, I think we should reach out to them and let them know that and in a way that can reach them without.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Judgmental.
That's the hard part.
And you also don't want people to start questioning themselves either, like second guessing, like, oh, am I offensive? Like, but you know what I'm saying, with discretion, I think. Whatever. My bad.
You sure? Yo, how do you feel about SpaceGhostPurrp?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
I'm not as familiar, so I probably wouldn't have much of an opinion.
Oh, really?
Should I get hip?
You should get hip.
All right, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's mad important.
Okay.
And he's doing. I feel like y'all would be on similar wavelengths.
That's fine.
About some shit. I could send you his Instagram.
Yeah. Are you connected with him?
He's a friend of the show.
That's crazy.
In a sort of in a multiverse kind of sense.
He'll be our friend soon, but he's not currently.
That's lit.
Stamp. Yeah, I'm playing it at a low volume just to create some ambiance. Yeah, sorry.
New shoes on me, Gucci, what I'm stepping. What kind of music have you been listening to, Tony, as of late?
CDs,
Word. Any era in particular?
Yeah, what you got? What you on your hand?
Baduism is in my head. Just for a sense
wonderful album.
Yeah, I think I get like a sense of depth and like distance and dynamics I love like this disc delivers that every time.
Stamp.
And it's crazy. I got like I use the little bass trainer to loop up my CDs so I can, you know, get a feel for as if I was in that band. I would love to have been in that band. Erykah Badu's band, bro. Come on.
What instrument would you have wanted to play?
You should listen to this artist, Takira.
I would have just helped them take care of like booking rooms and shit. Like I don't know, like,
logistical kind of shit.
Yeah, and if we can chop it up, you know, then that'd be tight. I would love to fill in keys.
Stamp.
You know, I would dedicate my life to that if that opportunity came. You know, and I know I'd be good. I know I'd be good with that. Like, maybe I should live as though I had. You know.
Yeah. Manifest your reality.
Straight up.
Have you seen a murder hornet in Washington?
Oh, that's a...
Yeah, because they're there, right?
Of course.
Yeah, you've seen one?
You peeped one?
Did I? No. I've been locked in the house.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yo, I saw a video of a murder hornet dragging a mouse. Like it killed a mouse, and it was just like bringing it back to the crib.
Yeah,
damn.
That sound about right.
Yeah, they don't.
That's vicious.
You never underestimate, you know, anything because of its size, man.
Cool.
Yeah, murder hornets. A mouse does nothing on a murder hornet.
So I feel like you're a part of a bunch of various groups and bands and stuff. One of them is Delta 7, and I was wondering, well, one, are you a part of Delta 7 too? How did that come about?
Yeah, man, that was just Delta 7. I guess what Delta 7 has become is just a few recordings from the crib, just studio and shit. Just really 2 sessions.
Word.
Yeah, it was crazy because, you know, so it's hard to really coordinate everybody. It's not hard to coordinate everybody, but, you know, I think one thing that's real cool is I don't really recorded that much. Saved versus recording, you know?
Yeah.
I haven't saved that much,
Mm.
you know? Don't save everything.
Who else is a part of that? Who else is a part of that?
Sorry, you, Nappy Nappa, Patrick Kane.
Kill.
They did
it. I remember I saw. Yeah, they came to Oberlin, and Rob was there too. And it was the 4.
That was a fun show as well.
Yeah.
Yo, we were tired of shit.
Yes.
Cool.
You talking about people with sonic sensibilities. You know, we care about how it feels, you know? Like sometimes it's not even about how it sounds, bro.
People forget about how it feels.
Yeah. You gotta be able to feel it. And that comes from, you know, how you carry yourself outside of the sound, you know, especially now, you know. Like
shit.
Even if you're not on social media like that, you know, your people you care about still, you know, it's not about this. It's not about those placements and stuff. And that's why I'd be like hiding, not hiding them Jones, but archiving them Jones from my profile because, you know, I know that there's an aspect of my life that needs to redeem them in certain contexts. And that's really just emails, one-on-one. When I reference this, you know, that's all you have, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know how to really do it any other way. I don't know that I really care about sound, but that goes back to me not really giving a fuck. I don't care. You know, it's not the discipline that I like. I spend my life to, you know, so I don't have time to learn all of the bullshit, man. I need to get this done because I know this game is fucked up anyway. And what? You dig? Sorry.
No, it's a fact.
But the game is fucked up, son. The game is fucked up. And I never want to pull from nobody. And I haven't made no money from the website. It's only cost me $300 a month to be listed on models.com for 3 months. And really, you weren't even supposed to know that website existed. I just, like, am so pressed to test how it looks in my shit that I'll like fucking leave it up there and I'll delete it. I'll leave it up there and I'll delete it. And Instagram tracks that. They track how many times you've changed your bio. I didn't even know that was a motherfucking metric.
Nah,
That's a metric.
Literally anything. Literally anything you can think of that could be a metric is a metric.
Absolutely. Because it's a fucking function on the application.
I think I talked about this on the show before, but
its usage.
Tony, you ever downloaded your Facebook data?
Yeah.
Bro, gigabytes of information.
Yeah.
Every photo you've ever sent in a Facebook message, like, it's just
websites you visited.
I screenshot 2 things on my phone the other day. More than two things but that happened as I was browsing because I'm getting suspicious of like what even becomes accessible to me when I use my phone. But
you don't have a TikTok, do you?
No.
Good.
Yeah. Goddamn, bro. Like,
yeah. I mean, I didn't. No. I'm not trying to flame you. I didn't mean anything by that. It's just that they take a ton of your data.
Right, I bet. And specifically, oh my god, what was I about to say? Fuck it.
Cool. Yeah, no, you're saying like there's some shit you're worried about not having access to on your phone. What things were you like talking about?
No.
Cool.
I don't know.
Fucking,
I don't even want to announce them. Like, I don't want my whatever.
Sure. That's
I
fair.
want my dreams snatched away from me by the panoptic principle. I don't want my dreams snatched away from me by the panoptic principle.
The panoptic principle's out there.
Come on, son.
It's coming for your neck.
Nah,
Wait, what's the panoptic
I'm surveying that.
principle?
I'm surveying that motherfucker.
Word. I got to be more on top of that one.
And guess what? It's off. They're asleep. We can go. Let's go now. Come on. Sleep. Trust me. Come on.
I lost my stuff.
Stop.
Fuck.
Do you ever put on socks and slide on your floor, like ice skates? Because it's like it looks like a pretty well-oiled floor.
I drag my feet around in thick wool socks to charge my fucking body.
That's fair.
And I touch metal objects.
Like on the carpet?
Yeah. Like,
Yo, I've seen that you've done a few like guest mixes for a couple different I don't even know what they necessarily like, labels or like Zoom's webcasts or whatever. How did that come about? 'Cause I saw a couple the last like couple weeks you were a part of.
Some of the, like the recent ones. I did one for a house party. The one that came about was like that. It was before coronavirus got all crazy, and my man Taylor, he posted on his Insta. He was like, "Yo, there's like a open CDJs, tonight. Like if you got them, drive, pull up." I was like, "What?" Like when the man posted that, I was like, "Shit, fuck yeah!" See, I haven't used the CDJs in forever. I've just been sitting here contemplative as fuck for like 4 months straight, literally just trying to go to work and wake up and go to work and wake up but also developing like my shots. The Prelude drum is not even supposed to be out there for real. Like I definitely want to, like I'm just testing different ability to pull different things and just to materialize what I need to make the bigger picture. And like I said, I can't care, but maybe I should care. Maybe this will force me to care. That's okay. It's okay to be wrong.
Cool. Which one is This is this house party too or not? Oh, this is house party. Okay.
Yeah.
Not at
Oh,
N95.
no, that's Toe Jam, bro.
That's Toe Jam.
Stojan.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Is that an N95?
Huh?
That mask?
Yeah, it's the 3M jump.
Word.
Legit.
That should keep you safe.
Yeah, I still have it. I haven't used it since then. I got this really cool chambray joint from Virgil Normal. It came with my purchase. I bought like a hoodie. I bought like some shorts, some dope ass rich with like the text on one joint and like a logo on the other. Come on, they hard. Medium.
Medium.
Cool.
It's real. It's
What is?
real. Yeah. That was from Toe Jam though. So that was I feel like it was an ethical like function. Like everyone they had distance, we had the mask, they were inside, they had the green screen outside. I did my set and then they sent me the footage, like a 3-4 gig, bigger than that, like 7 gig file. Like the next day I was like, come on. I didn't even reach back to them to be like, yo, where's the footage? Like they hit me with that and I was like, damn, that's official.
Yeah. I'm about to play some of it.
Whew.
Where's Toe Jam from?
Seattle.
Word.
Seattle. Different parts of Washington though. Like I don't want to say like everything is Seattle. Like there's other parts of the state that
Facts.
I plan to get some familiarity with as I Yeah, I should have gave the person credit for whose filter it was because I don't know who it is offhand. That's an instance where I would definitely like probably just archive that jump. So every time I look at it, I would think that, and maybe I should. I don't know. You feel me? That's it. Yeah, like yeah. All right, what up, man?
Fucking So I feel like recently, based on like your recent releases and mixes you've done, you're kind of headed towards like I guess like the house electronic type of sound, but your most recent project, that was like I guess it wasn't that recent because it was probably like 6-7 months ago. I Am This Close was more like rock, like punk feel. Do you have like a preference for the type of like I guess genre or sound you go for, or is it kind of just like in the moment type shit or like whatever
Man,
thing calls for?
The last project I Am This Close was on an EP that I released called Love High Speed.
Love High Speed, that's what it is, Kill.
And yeah, those are the kind of albums that I like to make. Those kind of like long form albums, because that's the closest I can get to simulating like walking from a journey from one point to the next. Like I think a single song can get lost in a song, but when you're in that single format, it's for a different purpose. Like it's to be commodified. So I prefer to do albums that don't necessarily fall into that space. That's why I love to produce with the artists who I produce for, and I think they can count on me to bring that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, I record music every day though. Like, like it's what I choose to release is sometimes what I want to share with the community.
Cool.
And then I'll have like another 10 like Prelude agencies that I kind of like build. And
what do you think about Seattle as a musical city?
I'm getting I think it has a very prestigious like history that if you kind of living amongst the people that live here, they could give a shit less about. Most of the time just really doing their thing. I think what it represents and what it is, I'm reconciling at every day. You know.
So
Do you be free, like when you play, like when you go to live music or when you play live, like is it like house shows or are you hitting venues or like what's the scene like?
Shawty, I haven't been to a show. I've been fucking quarantined since I pulled up.
Damn,
Oh, true.
Like
Cool.
I mean I've been here since November. I like got this by November. Stayed for like 2 weeks, got my job. I went back home, moved out the crib, you know, made sure everybody was straight. Then I came and I just worked every day, just focused, just trying to also go inward and, you know, look at how I got to where I am and just like, you know, put like really give some attention to some things that needed to be tended to, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving
Tending
is
to the garden, so to speak.
so recent. It takes a minute.
It does. And like, so I went to like one event, my man Amal was out here, and he had actually mentioned in like the fall, like September or something, he's like, yo, I'll be out there around that time too. I was like, all right, cool. Well, we definitely gonna link. So I didn't really talk to him until that day that I saw him.
Mhm.
And it was so pleasant. It was so pleasant just to see him and to chop it up. And y'all know I could be long-winded anyway, so I got a chance to get off a lot of things that I wanted to share and just, you know what I'm saying, like that I peaked, like, and that led me to a house party. Event was so lit, like it was just so cool, and I felt like I was just able to boogie for real and just chill. And then I think that he spoke well of me because then they would just hit me up like after the event with the open CDJs happened. They just hit me up like, yo, you trying to do a mix? I was like, oh, absolutely, I will, you know, contribute to the, you know, to what's in motion. But they already got that. So, you know, they got good selections, great crowd, unreal production level, out of this world. You know, dim toe jam, like saturated, but it's so deep. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? I just want to speak on the people that show love to me. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah, I'm telling you, it's unreal. It's unreal. Folks, it's cool, and it, you know, gives you space to.
But you feel the potential of the city.
Fuck, it's already in motion. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just trying to just.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
you know.
per person.
I think one thing though, we are of the world. You know, regardless of where I am, like we are of the world for real. Like we don't have to. I don't know. You feel me though?
Sure.
Yo, Tony, what's a good movie you've seen in the last like 2 weeks?
I can tell you about a bad movie.
Okay.
Cruel Intentions.
Cruel Intentions?
Yeah.
I've never seen it before, but I think I've heard the name.
Did not age well.
Why?
Highly, incredibly misogynistic. Ryan Philippe sizzles and Sarah Michelle Gellar sizzle as a pair of unscrupulous siblings in a deliciously sexy tale of seduction, revenge, and conquest. These letters are bolded in the fucking, you know what I'm saying, description on the back.
Wait, so they're brother and sister? And they do those bold words?
Yes. No, stepbrother, stepsister.
Okay.
And, you know, but the thing is, it's like he's deliberately manipulating this girl, gaslighting this girl, into trying to like get him laid, and then we're supposed to pity him for getting hit by a car at the end of the movie. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? What are you talking about?
That's fair.
Not even to mention the caricatures that come in and out so instantly in that film is so disposable.
Cool.
The nigga from Save the Last Dance is like hiding underneath the bed, tied up, like, hi, Ryan Philippe. I didn't know you were coming in. I was just fucking your, you know what I'm saying, Slim. And she's just like this, you know, like, eh. And I'm like, what?
Damn.
What? Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask about a movie that I seen recently.
It's a crazy movie.
Just because it's on VHS don't mean it's dope.
That's the fact.
That's fair.
That's a fact.
That's fair. I saw this movie yesterday called Green Room. It was alright. It was like about this punk band that goes to like this like alt-right Nazi venue in like Oregon, and they end up getting like trapped in the green room because some like shit went down. I don't know. It was weird.
It was only
'Cause
all
it was
right.
just what?
Only all right. That sounds like a prep.
That sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, I said alt-right.
Oh, all
Yeah, yeah. It was like kind of weird because there was a bunch of like white supremacist like symbolisms and shit going on. I don't know. It was uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, that scene in Oregon is real. It's crazy.
Kill.
You know what I got for that?
Not
I'm gonna make never mind.
Word. You play video games?
Yeah, bro.
Which ones?
Metal Gear Solid 2.
Word. That's a pretty good one. I fuck with Snake.
I just fuck with the calls.
Oh, yeah.
I love them. I bought right before, you know, I had purchased a few PlayStation 2 games before COVID and everything. I even got this
Same.
really cool Seiko PlayStation TV that came out with the original PlayStation 1.
What? Is that like a handheld?
Yeah, it's got the antenna too.
Kill.
Word. That's
And then-
tight.
That's sweet.
Yep. And then I got this cool like CCD TV that I wanted to connect to it. Well, I have done it.
So,
Too.
wait, what P2 games did you get?
It's just a camera and you can run it. I got Celebrity Deathmatch
Oh
and I
shit.
got Metal Gear Solid. I got Celebrity Deathmatch and Metal Gear Solid.
Yo,
And-
Celebrity Deathmatch, that's shit that used to come on like MTV, right? With like the
Yeah.
claymations.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
That's
I created
crazy.
a character that fought who's that fucking punk drummer, Tommy Lee? I
That sounds kind of euphoric.
beat the shit out of Tommy Lee.
Snap. Yeah, 'cause they're all like
Kinda,
early
you
2000s.
probably don't, but are you into CRTs at all? You're kind of a
Oh, hell
hardware
yeah.
guy.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
What models do you have?
This one.
Damn, that's very cool. Does that have RGB?
And check out what I got him.
Is that Mewtwo?
Hey.
Nice, man.
He's like, why do I have to be cloned from you?
If you really want to like have like an amazing experience, you should look into PVMs.
Oh, what's the vibe? Can you pull those up?
They're like CRTs that were used for like video production, and they're like HD,
Right on.
but
PVM what?
PVM.
PVM?
Yeah.
TV?
Yeah. I drove pretty far in Ohio to pick up one for $100.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's true. You have in your like room, right?
Yeah, bro, they're so
Oh my
epic.
God.
They're so euphoric.
Kill.
And all the blood, sweat, and tears was worth it. Was worth it. Look at the chassis. The design.
It's amazing.
The
It's so
subtle
sleek.
gradients.
It's so sleek, and it has integrated pixels, so you can just play like PS2 games at amazing resolution.
Dude, this is unreal. Oh my god.
It took me like a year of Craigslist to find a 14-inch one.
That's yours? Where's yours?
I have a 14N5U. Look that up.
14.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Pardon me.
That's the one I have.
Come on.
It's not the sleekest, but it's pretty amazing to play Smash Bros.
Can we maximize this image, please?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful unit.
Oh my god, this is shit.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty good. You can see it's just a ladder in the reflection.
If laptop takes a spill, we're not gonna make a big deal. Oh shoot, I forgot. I got a letter from Gravity. Sorry, you guys.
You should look up. Like some PVM inputs. It's pretty beautiful. Oh wow, look at that camera angle. I fuck with that.
And he's opening a letter.
We gotta reinvent new horizons for our brothers and sisters. Mainly our sisters though. We didn't did enough for everybody else. You know, we got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Check this out. Shout out to Gravity.
Shout out Gravity.
Tony, thank you for helping us directly support undocumented immigrants and Chinese workers, as well as domestic violence services that work in communities of color in DC, New York, Maryland, HI. Y'all know what HI stands?
Nah.
California. Maybe Hawaii?
Oh, Hawaii. Yeah, definitely Hawaii.
All right, cool. We know times are financially tough, and we're humbled by the outpouring of generosity. Thank you for helping us step it up when it mattered most. Rando and Marsh. Yeah, they doing good shit. And they got this hard-ass design.
Oh.
Sick.
Nice.
Yeah.
That TV. Come on.
Damn. So what were you doing with Gravity?
They actually documented me building that chassis for that synth that I made last year.
Snap.
And then they gave me a couple T-shirts, which I thought was generous of them, and then use that for a campaign that they have for those 2 shirts.
Facts, yeah. I put up the website. This shit is very sweet.
Man, they know what they doing, son. Like they another folks, just like production quality is just out of this world.
Cool.
Out of this world. Yeah. Come on now. It's just silly. Like, and then like the material is fire, but just like look, like I'm sorry, like websites like mine are really just meant to do what I need them to do, and not even to be. This shit is just so ubiquitous, and it just and then when I contribute, I get a legit, postcard that is not free to the edge. You know what I'm saying? Even pick the right envelope to send it to me. And come on now, I appreciate when people are thoughtful like that.
That's a long way.
And where they're based out of like DC, right, or DC area?
Brooklyn now.
Brooklyn, wow, nice.
They used to have their shop on H Street.
On H Street, too.
Yeah. If you guys don't know anything about Gravity, like Lando and Marshall, they're like one of the humblest, coolest people you could ever meet. Mm-hmm. And they both come from like immigrant backgrounds and have gone through the struggle. And like Lando, when he started Gravity, like it was literally just him doing all the work, and what he's been able to do with the company right now, and like the amount of reach that he has right now, it's unbelievable. And he's like literally like a hero, like in the community. And
cool.
Yeah. Just check it
Yeah.
out.
Sounds
Talking
legit.
about. Talking about.
Shout out Gravity.
Shout out. Shout out. Yeah,
I don't know if you guys saw like what he did with the shirt he did for to raise money.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the Marvin Gaye one? Or no?
Yeah, the Marvin Gaye one. So what's really, really cool about it is just like the whole like what's going on and like how that album itself was when it came out was used as like a genuine like question, like not just a question, but also just talking about what was going on in his community during this like struggle and how that is reflective of like the way that everything is going on now, where we are in a space where we can't give to one another, where undocumented people are being treated as less than people of our community. So the fact that they were able to have that parallel in that shirt was just, it was really
yeah, man, they be doing it, and to do it in spite of whatever limitations we're placing on ourselves to be able to deliver a message. Or folks are like, don't pressure yourself to complete anything right now. I'm like, man, I don't know, but my folks need it more than ever right now.
Cool.
And if me providing that is just me figuring out a way with what I got, and making sure it's aligned with the right energy, you know what I mean? Like, and that's in that, it's no small gesture for them to do this and to execute it with such grace. You gotta respect that, bro, and you gotta love it too. You gotta want it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was the card that I just read, like my donation to that joint. Like, come on. If I got like, some money like to just, and to that I don't know what to do with, then I would love to, do more things like this. So if y'all know like causes or anything like that I could align, with my sound, what I'm saying? Definitely. I like, that would be, fuck what I've charged people. You know how much shit I've done for free, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just off the strength. Like, I don't even really want to tax people most of the time for it. I don't want to. Like, I have to like get over that anxiety of that moment, because I just want so much for sound and for each and every sound that's within my, pieces that I compose, that I write. You know what I mean?
Like shit.
I know what they mean to the people, and yeah. Shout out Greg.
Yeah, do you have any like upcoming projects in the works or anything you're working on currently that we should look out for?
Yeah, man. Like, so I had started Prelude-agency originally. The original idea wasn't for like just to be like a place to place projects, but because I was producing 4 different. I was going to every weekend. I was trying to create a new artist, a new persona to produce. So I come up with like 4 of them, Griffin and Sabine, which is kind of like an ambient, kind of open-ended thing. I have Jasper Echo Go, which is like basically like 1 bar drum loop, very heavy with samples from my man Rob, just noise samples and heavy industrial guitar samples. And then I have Kina Lero Dior, which is kind of like juke, footwork, electronic music, 100, whatever it needs to be PM. Hey, I like that. Whatever it needs to be PM. So I have like those 3 or 4 projects that I want to release in some fashion before I don't want to hear them on my computer anymore.
Facts. That's exciting.
So, oh my God! I would love if I have any more time, I would love to talk about like where those came from.
Yeah, please.
Okay, cool. So the first thing that I did when I came here to keep myself busy was I wanted to build a name generator, a series of name generator and phrase generators, and I called it Roulette. And I don't think I have it on my computer anymore, but I actually do. So I had a list of authors a list of drink names, a drink of phrases, and a list of titles.
Yeah.
And I compiled them into like this thing that you can run from the command line that would give you a result. And so that's how I came up with a lot of stuff. Like, but they were all pulled from this place in DC that I used to go to all the time called the Reading Room. So shout out Chantal. From the Reading Room, I would get those menus every weekend, and she would change the menu every weekend based on the book that she was reading that week.
Word.
Crazy.
That's
crazy.
Sweet.
So Prelude-agency, what it will probably continue to be once I understand that I really have to go and develop a real website. But I'm really close to getting some stuff. I just want to secure the bag, and then I'll try to do it the right way. You know, it's not sound, so fucking sue me. But yeah, so everything that because I get so much anxiety with like names, I created Roulette to be the name generator for Prelude-agency, for the different acts and for the different music that I produce. So that's how I came up with those names. Kina Lero Dior. The names of the albums are just, you know, different weird collages almost of the titles, of like the authors, of like the, you know, all of those things pulled from the menus, the ingredients, the prices, the days of the week, you know.
That's fire. All from this menu.
Well, it's not just one menu.
One menu,
I have like 46 of them. So I went there a lot of weekends. I bought a lot of these drinks, and to like use them as a way to kind of because I've value so much that experience. It helps me as an artist because I don't have to name anything if I've created an automatic process for myself to name shit. Yeah. Like shit. So that's what Prelude-agency was supposed to be. Right now, it's going to be what it needs to be for the message to get across, especially the message that's being amplified on it right now. But in the long run, you know, it'll probably change name, change shape, evaporate. That's the only way to make it work, you know.
Facts.
For me, it's like,
Oh, yo, do you fuck with any stand-up comedians? Yeah, like.
I used to watch Comic View, and this is going to date me, but it used to be this show called Comic View growing up. So it would show all of the underground Black comedians. Yeah. Just like, so the shit that I find funny, like there's like a lot of niggas talking about this shit because, you know what I'm saying, because they pros. I guess the comedian that I like the most now is Lemon Tucci, this nigga from Forestville.
Oh.
I think
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he's on Instagram and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good morning, Mo West. Mo West. You're talking about that cuz, right?
Yeah.
We got it. Promo day.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm not trying to like context. Like you have to fuck with him, follow him.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And then catch the vibe, but he's funny as shit to me, you know what I'm saying?
No, you definitely saying some funny shit. I don't follow him, but people will send me his videos.
Yeah, there was one joke in particular, like he was in 7-Eleven and then Slim walked by and she was so thick. And he was like,
What's his at?
Lemon Tunechi. Oh, let me watch one of these.
He was like, "That's a meal."
Oh, send him down, Sammy. Oh, I've seen this.
Oh, what's this?
Good morning, Mo. And good morning, Mo. And what the fuck is this?
Cool.
So this is what's on my mind while I'm out here in Seattle.
Hey, shit. No, that video, I seen the wheelchair, the cousin wheelchair beat up the other dude. That was kind of crazy.
Oh my
Kind
god.
of shit.
Yeah, I think I'm about to call it a night personally. But Tony, it was a pleasure.
Okay. Can I sing you guys a farewell song?
Oh,
Yeah,
the podcast doesn't have to end.
All right.
But
This one's for you then.
all right,
There's
I'm all
a
ears.
time for living. Time keeps on flying. Think you're loving Quentin and all you're doing is crying. Can you feel all those feelings real? Look at your game, girl. Gang.
Thank you, man. that was great.
That was beautiful.
Have a great night, everyone.
Yeah, you too.
Peace. It was good to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stamp. I think those were all my questions actually. For real.
Wow.
I mean,
That's cool.
we can keep it up.
Send me that juke track. The juke tracks.
There's juke junk. We can pull them up. I mean, I wish we could pull them up and listen to them in the track, but you can't really hear it though.
Cool. I mean,
email
if you just play it loud.
I was turning it up. I was turning up all the way. What
Okay.
What's the name of it?
Just log into my SoundCloud. Because it's private.
Log into it.
Yeah. Or can I text? Yeah. Can I text you the password?
Yeah.
Let's see how we do chat. I think this is the username. And I think that's the password. If not, it's that.
No, just share a private link.
Oh yeah, you can probably just send it to me for real.
Yeah, you go to the page and get a private link.
Oh, am I telling everybody my passwords?
Telling us all your. I'm not.
Fuck it. All right, whatever.
I didn't look.
It's cool. I am the error. Are you going to just log in as me?
Yeah, and did you send the link? Or did
Nah.
you want? Nah, you want me to sign in as you?
I was. Yeah, I can send a link, bro. Just give me 1 second. It's only slow.
I don't think I got the.
No, I'll give me 1 second. I'm trying to find it.
Oh,
I'm trying to find it. Demos. You like this motherfucker slow? All right. So I see it. So how do I share it now? Oh, I see. Okay. Here I come. Anybody that is listening now can keep that link. And on my passwords. I can't see shit. I feel like I just fucked this whole thing up. Oh, you there?
Oh, I'm listening.
Oh god.
Which one should we play?
Go down. Swan Way if it's there. This is actually supposed to be Kina Lero Dior, the third artist that I was talking about.
Damn, this is beautiful.
Thanks. Y'all can't hear it. It's okay, just check it out later. All of that shit are just like demos of like any style for real.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah, none of them are finished. You know what I mean? They're all demos. Oh, you know, we still got Link, AB.
I know, dude. If you've got like a juke project in you, like that's like catnip for me.
All right, well we can do that. We can do that.
Yeah, let's chat.
You know, I never really know what the genre would really be though, so I'm gonna give you something that's.
Yeah, nah, dude. I mean, I trust you.
I bet. I need that too, Loki.
Yeah, our pipeline is like finally like established. So like
Y'all been laying a pipe. What you talking about?
yeah. Hell yeah.
It ain't playing, man. Don't worry about it. Y'all check that out whenever y'all can.
Hell yeah.
Man,
Yo, what was
Oh,
it like building your the synth you were talking about? Like what was like the whole process behind that?
Man, it was a lot easier than I expected, brother. I got once I knew what I wanted to do, you know, it was just a matter of finding the hardware that could accomplish that, and then getting a little bit of understanding of voltage and how to power the joint on, whether or not it needed to be powered on to do what I wanted it to do. The board and the software, I think I soldered the piece into the board, but the bulk of the time was building the chassis, drilling holes in that. And because of where I worked, I had access to the best materials to do that. So I'm happy that I at least did something with that. I didn't even scratch the surface though, bro. Trust me. But one thing that I know I do is I will use that shit. If I build it, I'm gonna use that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Facts, yeah. Where you said they documented it? Like where could is there like somewhere we can like check that out?
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's GRVTY documented it. If you go to my Instagram and look at one of the posts, it's one with a whole bunch of beautiful colors, and it's a video that GRVTY did. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I've been thinking about building my own synth.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, to build it, just think about like the case that you want to put around it, and then also what you want it to do. You know, think of those two things as separate and not one and the same.
Bet.
Because, and that's the cool part about it too, you know what I'm saying? That's where you can borrow design ideas from your inspirations and try to run with it. You know, of course, you know, we can't be masters at everything. We can't be great at every single aspect of it. And I'm not trying to condone stealing and shit like that. Honestly, I'm really big on giving credit, and Lord knows I do. That's why I kind of obviously kept that big, huge paragraph in there, just so in case anyone asked me where the idea for my website came from, I could tell you. You know, like I do that, bro. And I wish that I wish that everybody would do that with me.
Where's the post of you making a synth?
Oh, you're going too far.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Go back up. There it is on the left.
This one?
No, on the left. Yes. Damn, I touched the screen like I'm a toddler. On the left.
Oh.
Come on, I had to escort my man on site. He's, you know, he styled it, you know, got the perspectives right.
That's super dope.
All of that was actually being used for the what project was that? W-FIRST, wide field infrared spectrometric telescope or something like that. I don't know. I was doing IT for them, and the idea behind that satellite was to see beyond the Big Bang.
Word.
And I resigned from that job like an idiot to pursue my music. It's okay. I'm actually here's the real kill. I came here because I had already hit some licks, you know what I'm saying, done some shit that went well at NASA. I really needed to go somewhere else to pull up, you know, get my mind together, and to also keep growing in this field. You know, Seattle is known for being ahead of the curve tech-wise. So for me to make a way here, it was like the only logical step for me, in terms of my career trajectory, and always having a plan. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like to charge people for music, so I have to make a living. And my living has been through, you know, IT basically, you know, up until this point. To keep it 150, I'm not about to. That's why I can charge $100 for my album, because I'm needing anybody to fucking buy it. You know, it's okay. I don't need you to have it either. If I'm willing to share it, you know, it'll be there. If not, then, you know, whatever.
Cool.
Wow.
Straight up.
Yeah, man, that's fun, man. I feel like you're like really in tune to like what you want and like what you're trying to do, while also not like also like accepting like the different changes that like life brings and shit. I feel like you're pretty good at like handling it and like adjusting, just based off like my observations and shit.
Oh man, I've had coaches that have modeled that composure for me. Come on, man. You know, we have beautiful figures that come into our life that model that demonstrate that. And if you know, you get enough collective experiences, you know what I'm saying, you don't get to be afforded the ignorance of someone who's just coming into the social sphere, you know. You don't get that. You don't get those passes, baby. You don't get that.
Your like awareness though is that I see what you're saying, Amari. It's like actually moving me, like informed tonight on like another level.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like
thank you.
Hell yeah. At the end of this song that I did for this magazine, that's coming out, SNUFF magazine. Oh my God, if y'all could pull that up, it's about to be so fire. Their team is crazy. Oh my God. I don't even know where it is. Yeah, SNUFF magazine. So fire. Maybe I know I follow them on Instagram. I know that I follow them on Instagram.
I'm about to
on Instagram. Yeah, I did like a song, but sorry to tie it up. Like at the very end of that song, the song is only like a minute and like 14 seconds, and it's for their magazine. It's something I did specifically for their magazine. And at the end of it, I took a clip from someone. I was listening to someone discuss like different gender identities and the varying ones, and also not at the very end, but in this YouTube video, they were like, you know, and it's not up to them to correct you, you know, like if you want to get it right, then you'll learn to, but it's not up to them to apologize to you for how you feel about that either. And I put that snippet at the same volume that it appeared in the video, which if you look at the WAV file, it's like the WAV file is just like, and then at the very end of it, it's just like this little very thin message that I think is as, you know, poignant as any singular part of the song, you know, like it's, if not more, because of how concerted and direct it is, you know.
Cool.
People, when you misgender and people and things, you know, and they express that they want to be identified in this way, like you have to honor that. You have to honor that. You have to honor that. You have to honor. And if you fuck up, not up to them to apologize to you. But I also don't want to like jump into that lane because that's not my lane. My lane is sound, for real.
Like sure.
Not web design. Not to conflate the two or compare them or say that they're even in the same, you know, sphere in terms of importance. But you know, these things that I have to do to get to a point to have a platform to communicate a message.
Cool.
I'm sorry, I'm probably just digging myself a hole, but
no, I heard you.
Where'd my man go?
SNUFF magazine.
He's a good dude.
Facts.
Yeah, SNUFF is crazy though. Like you see people like I could tell something special about that job.
Okay.
Man. You know how long I've been waiting to like see a Zoom kind of chat from a different like point of view. Like I'm so happy I got to execute that with y'all.
Yeah, man.
And it happened in a natural way. It's just something that's been in like my heart.
That's sweet. I'm happy you were able to help out.
Oh yeah. You know, maybe more people will take more ownership of this space. You know, like not ownership like the big swole Tom and Jerry like bouncer mice, you know, not like that kind of ownership.
Yeah.
Like
we'll just be out here, take advantage that it's like there.
Yeah, I can like. How much love does this part of my room get? Not much, man. It's cool. It's cool. I can see different things from this place. Things I could never see from just sitting in the other one.
It's very true.
Should take y'all outside.
Yeah.
Sun's still out. Shit.
Just a little tour.
What's up, Nico? Ooh, you chopped it up.
Yeah, I fucking dropped half of it on my foot and like busted open my foot.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I was like picking fucking particle board scooters out of my fucking tweezers earlier today.
Sorry about that, dude. Oh man, that reminds me of something crazy. So his cat like climbed. Has been like slowly clawing out my fucking screen on my window, and it fell through yesterday. It fell like a story down.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. And look, check it. He was going to go out of town next Wednesday and ask could I watch the cat, but I guess that's out the window. Look at this beautiful rose plant. It's so crazy.
That is
Can you
nice.
see it?
Oh, it's large too.
Yeah. All right, I gotta go inside. People are probably making a meme out of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this fucking.
I feel like we're all being made memes. I feel like the whole world is turning into just different memes.
I know. I agree.
I'm crashing. Tony will cook.
Oh, pull up, bro.
Peace.
Chef, that'd be beautiful.
Thanks. Thank you for joining us.
Peace,
Thank
y'all.
you. Some good content.
Thanks.
All right. Oh, you say you crashed like you're going to sleep?
Yeah, I'm going to sleep.
I thought you said you was about to come here. I was like, man, let's
make
sure we don't violate social distancing.
Honestly, though, Seattle, I'm definitely one of my first when we're at when shit calms down or whatever.
Yeah, man, they got some good sounding vibrations coming out of the speakers.
Hell yeah.
When I be at the spot.
That thing that you and Amal did looks pretty cool. The house party thing that looked pretty.
Yeah, he's the only one that's done it. I haven't even done that John yet. So
damn,
he's ahead of me in that respect.
His shit looked hot though. But
man, he held it down.
Yeah,
get some rest. I know it's late out there.
Bless. Kisses.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Thank you.
Be safe.
And peace.
Yeah, man. Damn. Thanks for chopping it up with me, for real. This has been so cool. I mean, honestly, it's been kind of really surreal. Like, I really appreciate having an opportunity to speak candidly about these things to like-minded folks, to really just put it out there because it is what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
There's no machine behind this. There's just really just a couple people that I confide in and I try to move forward like that.
Yeah. I feel like it's a great approach to life, really.
Thank you, brother. I think you're doing a great job, though. I must admit, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, thanks,
I'm only understated, like. So yeah, you good.
Appreciate that. Thank you for coming on. This is sweet. This is a great session. I feel like this might be like the longest one we've done, and it's like I feel like my favorite so far. Like it never felt like awkward or anything.
We should put this on like a cassette tape. You know,
okay.
Tell us like put it on like a motivational
tape. Like shit.
We gotta use super like open-ended language to describe it. That's how they be doing on YouTube. It's like I forget like what's the name? It's like a name for the literary term of just like using just being so vague and open-ended about the shit. You know, I don't know.
I'm not too familiar, but
I got a one jazz. It's like it's not like sensationalized. I want to say onomatopoeia, but it's not it. And please don't try to spell that.
It's onomatopoeia.
It's like a strategy that like people use on YouTube to like get views.
Oh yeah, like clickbait and shit. Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's the titles for that.
Yeah, and like all caps, a lot of exclamation marks. You'll never believe what you did.
Yes, exactly. What happened next would even drive a sane man crazy.
Not hyperbole?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes! That's so lit. Come on. We gotta do like Scrabble or something like that. Or Spades.
Spades.
That'd be tight.
I'm gonna head out because I work tomorrow, but I kind of just want to recommend a book from the conversation that was going on earlier about the senses and time travel and how that is connected through sound and all of that. It's called A Natural History of the Senses, and it goes into like the psychology of the senses, but also like the way we experience it as humans and everything. It's a phenomenal book, and when you talk about like time travel, that your sense of like smell is the closest thing right now that we have to like time travel and like what we have power with. And it's just crazy how like when you smell something very particular, it takes you directly to this moment that you have now recreated. But it's a book based off all of that, and it's an amazing read. Highly recommended, and I'm glad to have been here.
Yeah, of course.
That sounds super cool.
By Diane Ackerman. Is this the?
Yeah.
All right, bet. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Adding it to the list.
All right, be safe, y'all.
All right, you too. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, take care.
Appreciate it, you too. Cool. Some good book recs.
Yeah, man. We locked
in. It's a great episode.
This has just been excellent, for real. For real, man. Come on, you guys send me the audio. I'm trying to make. Can I create something for y'all, like for real?
Oh, of course.
Like I would be honored. Come on, we gotta continue building this relationship. Keep pushing the medium forward and bring in the truth, at least from the vantage points that we see it from. You know.
Yeah.
Not
definitely.
Even dispel nobody's truth. You know, my truth doesn't come at the expense of nobody else's, for real.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh shit. But yeah, I'm definitely down for whatever. Just hit my phone.
All right.
I'll chalk it up. I'm definitely on shoot. I'm literally down for whatever. So just let me know.
Peace, brother.
Yeah, peace, man.
Peace, y'all.
Thanks for
good
joining us.
chopping it up with y'all, man.
Yeah. Appreciate it. All right. I'll see you.
Peace, y'all.